Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. The name is CeeChronicles. I hope I find you well. My content comprises of fragrance review videos, mostly fashion and lifestyle videos, as well as vlogs. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please do consider subscribing. I would appreciate you joining this channel, okay? And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back. I appreciate you as always. I have a fragrance review video for you today. I came across this particular fragrance. This box is what drew me to this fragrance. I bought this as a blind buy, okay? It was just a beautiful glittery purple box that drew me to this fragrance. I didn't know what it was, but then when I came home, because I'd missed this part, I'd missed the fact that it's a Lattafa, but when I came home I realized, oh well, it was a Lattafa. So yeah, there it is. I'm here to talk about this fragrance. It's called QALA'AD or QALA'AD. I don't know how to pronounce that because there's a hyphen after QALA. There's a hyphen and then there is an AD. So could be QALA'AD or QALA'AD. I don't know how to pronounce that. And that is what we're going to be talking about. It is a product of Lattafa. And this is how it looks like. This is the bottle. It's a beautiful, heavy, very heavy bottle. Okay. Very heavy. Well, not very heavy cap, but yeah, sturdy cap. Okay, beautiful bottle. This is what we're going to be talking about. It is actually purple. In case it's coming across as though it's black, it is actually purple. Okay, I'm gonna spray it for you on a tester paper and then I'll let you know my thoughts. Okay, I looked on the internet for this particular fragrance because I looked on Lattafa's website. They didn't have this fragrance. Okay, on the Lattafa website they didn't have it. They have a different one with the same bottle, but it's a different fragrance. Okay, they didn't have this particular one. But then just going on the internet and putting Lattafa QALA'AD, a lot of sellers had this fragrance in case you're going to want to buy it. Okay, and what I was looking for was the notes, because the notes that I was getting and what I'm smelling are completely different. I'm just going to tell you the notes to get those out of the way. Those are the notes that I came across, but I'm going to say this and say it straight up. I don't think those notes are correct. However, these notes that I'm talking about listed this fragrance as having mandarin in the top, some violets, leaves, pink pepper, some iris. And then it did say in the mid, it had some ylang ylang, some jasmine, and some nutmeg. And in the base, it said it had some sandalwood, labdanum, vanilla, and some white musk. I'm going to say to my nose, I can agree that it does have vanilla and maybe some pink pepper. That is what I get. As for the other ones, I'm going to tell you why I don't think, I get them here. First reason being obviously the opening of this fragrance. This is a very sweet, slightly floral, but very fruity fragrance. Okay, if you're looking for a fruity fragrance, this is it. I get a lot of fruit in the opening. It leans a bit tropical, very sweet as well. That is what to expect. Okay, do get maybe a little bit of some rose, just a little bit of some rose, putting my nose here. Okay, because the fruit here is so domineering to a point that it's really hard to then decipher some of the notes, but I'm just going to say as best as I can. And then I do get something here that feels a bit spicy. Okay, so that is why I did say I concur with that website. When it comes to pink pepper, maybe this does have pink pepper because there is a spiciness that comes through with that fruit, but the fruit here is so overdosed. And the fruit feels like lychee. Let me just get that out of the way. Okay, feels like lychee. It could be lychee in combination with another fruit, but you will get this really loud lychee in this fragrance, and it's so sweet. Definitely some vanilla there. Okay, that comes across as well. It gives off a concentrated presentation. So in as much as it's an EDP, this is definitely one that EDP, I would say /slightly intense, because it is really intense in nature. Okay, and it's so cloyingly sweet to a point where if you don't like sweet fragrances, I wouldn't encourage you to even try this. This is so sweet. Okay, that is what you will get. There's also something there that feels like a soury undertone. It could be maybe some red currant, because the sweetness in there, after about an hour, there is something that comes in that feels a bit soury, something that feels a bit dusty, something along them lines. Okay, now to give you a mental shortcut before I tell you what this fragrance is inspired by, is it gives off a buttery feel as well. If you have, growing up, I used to like eating butterscotch sweets. I still do like eating them, but I haven't eaten them in a while. Gives me off that buttery, like a butterscotch vibe, where it feels like there's like some butter mixed with some, brown sugar. But the brown sugar here would be the confection brown sugar, the one that you would use to make a fruit cake. That really thick, like sort of like soggy sugar. That's what it feels like. It really feels so sweet. Okay, it is concentrated, so it comes across as though there is that butteriness mixed with that thick sugar, and then that mixes with the vanilla, and it gives off something. It comes across as if it's a bit caramelly, very syrupy, like drippy, syrupy sweet. Okay, without a doubt, it's definitely on the gourmand side. It's going to remind you of sweets or something you've eaten before, but it's not a fragrance I would say falls under the traditional been there done that kind of fruity fragrances. Okay, this is not within those kind of fragrance. It's got a twist on its own. That lychee it mixes mixes with those spices, a bit of the spicy there, gives it off like a tropicalness to it, a bit of some creaminess to it. So it's not your traditional fruity fragrance, okay, but it's very juicy and very gourmand. You will feel as though you've eaten this before. Okay, the dry down, which is about an hour and a half, because like I said, it is concentrated. Okay, and it stays linear. That lychee you carried through all the way. Okay, it just gets a bit it just tends to tone down maybe in the 3-hour mark or something, but even till the end you will get it. It will be in a toned down version, but you will still get it. Okay, so there is that dustiness that comes in as well in the dry down, and this could be maybe because of vetiver, because I feel as though there is some vetiver here that ties it down, maybe towards the end or something, because it does turn a bit dusty, slightly powdery, that sort of thing. But very forward on the vanilla, very forward on the lychee, very forward on the fruitiness. Okay, now in terms of gender, this I'd say leans 100% feminine, but if you're a male and you like sweet fragrances, you could try this. But I think it's something that maybe you would enjoy on past the 2-hour mark, because the first 2 hours are very sweet. Okay, very sweet, very girly, very in your face kind of fragrance, more sweeter than it is floral. So if you're a man and you like female fragrances, this maybe you would appreciate offset, or it's something that you are going to start enjoying after 2 hours or so, when it kind of tones down. In terms of what this fragrance is inspired by, this is definitely inspired by Carolina Herrera's Very Good Girl. Okay, if you were looking at maybe purchasing that or getting your nose on Very Good Girl and you can't afford it, or you just want to try it, you could purchase this, because this is obviously on the affordable side. Okay, so QALA'AD by Lattafa, I would say, is definitely inspired by Carolina Herrera's Very Good Girl. Okay, really, really sweet, to a point of cloyingly sweet. Okay, I can see this disturbing other people if you overspray it, because it is really sweet. Okay, so if you're in an office setting, or you're working around people, and you overspray this is something that could be too much. Okay, or if you spray this in the very hot sun, it could be something that turns to be too much even to yourself. Headache inducing, not so much, but like maybe nauseatingly sweet, along them lines. Okay, really juicy as well, and a bit creamy there because of that buttery thing that I did say plays around in this fragrance. Okay, so yeah, that's what I had to say about this fragrance to you guys. If you were hearing a bit of some noise, there's some construction going on outside, so there is a bit of a noise, up and down, trucks making noise and stuff like that. I'm really sorry if this broadcast is a bit noisy. So that is what I had for you today. QALA'AD by Lattafa. Okay, and this is in the EDP concentration, but it is one of the best ones from Lattafa in terms of longevity. This one is a really, it's in your face. I feel this one has a good lasting power. I would cap it at about 6 hours, but it could be more depending on how you spray, how many sprays, and which climate you're on. Okay, so that is what I had for you today. I hope you find this video helpful. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed, guys, why not? Please do join this channel. Do subscribe. Please do subscribe. Thank you so much. Okay, I hope you are safe wherever you are. Stay blessed, stay fabulous, and remember, smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.